Good morning, everyone. So, England, our government seems to be going tits up. Oh dear, we have a narcissistic Prime Minister refusing to resign after being exposed for the liar that he is. The narcissist, the toxic person. 53 MPs have resigned so far. 53, the most in England's history. Yes, he's being a proper spoilt brat. Typical narcissistic behaviour. There's got to be an inquest into this after that. How can we let people like this be in power over people? His party have no confidence in him whatsoever for his lies, and they're all abandoning ship. He's toxic. Ever since he's been in power, he's been toxic. Before he's been in power, he's been toxic. Why do we let people like this run people's lives in our country, in the world? I've been trying to sort of like link this with toxic behaviour, the state of the world. And it's just going to show exactly what it is. I know this country thinks Boris Johnson is an arsehole, which he is, a complete arsehole. He's just a toxic person that doesn't care about people. There needs to be a review on who we let into power, who we let run this country and this world. It's just... I can't see why other people can't get this. I mean, people on my level will. But, there's people out there that won't even get this, and it's frustrating. Especially somebody that's been through narcissistic relationships all of her life, that can recognise this. Why can't we recognise it in society as well? It's what's stopping this world moving forward. The narcissistic, greedy people. And there needs to be a big review on the psychological aspect of who we let run our lives. Very much so. Boris Johnson is, I know he's caused, all sorts in this country. He's caused a complete cock up. But it needs to be exposed now for the sort of mentality that he's got. The sort of mentality behind a lot of the MPs that we've got. They're all out for gain. It's like we're supposed to be supposed to run this country in a democracy. But if you notice, for many years now, the focus has been on the economy. The economy is about money. It's about making as much money for as little output as possible. That's what economy is. It's being thrift-like. It's saving money where you can, and human cost doesn't even play a part in it. It's a toxic way of living. We've been made to focus on the economy for so long. We're just numbers on a piece of paper. We're not people. We're not individuals with a soul, that have needs. We are just a form of money making for the rest of the world, and it's horrible. It's disgusting. It's just the same as being in a toxic relationship at home with a toxic partner or toxic family. There's the head of the narcissist at the head of the family, or in the relationship, that tells you what you can and can't do, that'll abuse you at every cost to get what they want from you, and until you've got nothing left to give. And in some cases that means death. People take their own lives. How many people in the last God knows how many years have taken their own life because of the way the country's been run, the way that they've been left to rot, basically. And the poor, the vulnerable, the ill. It's all the same, and it needs to stop. We need to have some sort of structure where we take into account the mental stability of who we're putting into power. It just seems common sense. Well, to me it does anyway. But yeah, Boris Johnson, he's doing the typical sport brat. I'm not leaving government. No, and he'll carry on. it's funny to watch. It's sad, but it's funny to watch because he's just exposing everything that's toxic about this government and everything about this world that's toxic. And us as people, we need to stand up against it. It's and talk about it. And there needs to be some sort of legislation, seriously, on the mental stability of people running this country and the rest of the world. I'd love to start a movement, petitioning to Parliament and all that. Because let's say you've got a known psychopath that's been convicted, and let out or whatever. This is just hypothetical. And then you've got like the likes of Boris Johnson and whoever standing up for Prime Minister role, for elections. Who are you going to vote for? Well, we know that there's a psychopathic murderer that's convicted, so we're not going to vote for him. Nobody's going to vote for him. But Boris Johnson's the same sort of mindset, and a lot of politicians are in the same sort of mindset, and world leaders, but we're still putting them in power just because they've not been convicted and put in prison, and it's well known that they're a psychopath. We let these people run our lives, and we're paying the price for it. The cost of living is so high. Where's all this money going? It's not going back into the communities and everything like that. It's going into rich people's pockets, into their bank accounts, offshore bank accounts and whatever. They're living the life of luxury while other people suffer. Driving around in £100,000 worth of car just because it comes with a job title. Stopping decent people earning a decent wage. Like nurses in this country. They run ragged. And they ask for a little bit of a pay rise and it gets denied. But then all the politicians decide that they want a pay rise and give it themselves, on top of all this money that they're already getting in. They have everything paid for, all their expenses paid for. Why do they need extra money? Why are they so greedy? Because they can get away with it, that's why. And we need to stop this. It's absolutely disgusting. Something needs to be done, very much so. And I do think the more that we open up to toxic personalities, and accepting them for what they are and what they do to other people, I think this world will turn around into something better. Put empaths in power, put people in power that can actually care about other people, care about their country, care about the world, care about this universe. It's just all money making at the moment, and that's all they're interested in is money. And people's lives don't play a part in that, unfortunately, when it comes to an economy. You can read up for it about yourself. Type in what does it mean for an economy, and there was actually something that I read through years ago about you can't run an economy because people's lives are in danger from that. People cut corners just for the sake of money. People's lives are lost, but then a person's life doesn't come into account when it's all about money, when it's all about the economy. It's not about helping people, it's about making as much money for this country as possible to put in their own back pockets, and it's horrible. And the rest of us are the slaves that's doing it, and we're letting them doing it to us. Anyway, I've had my rant and rave this morning. Yeah, watch your space. It's funny because on the news and everything, they're all going on about toxic behaviour and madness in Boris Johnson, and it's absolutely toxic behaviour. So there's got to be some sort of inquest into the mentality behind people, and if there isn't, there's something wrong, very wrong. This country's just gone tits up completely. And Boris is just acting like the narcissistic child that he is. I'm not coming out. I can see that when he does get forced out, because he will get forced out, that's the only way he's going to leave. He's not going to do it off his own back. He will leave kicking and screaming. He's going to be like that terrible toddler that hangs on to the door frame, I'm not going. It's going to be that sort of thing, I reckon. But yeah, we're all going to see this toxic behaviour, and I do think that once he's exposed for the person he is, he's going to want revenge and he's going to expose everybody else. So we shall just watch this space and see what happens. We was alright with Amber Heard, so yeah, it's the same sort of person, same sort of lies, constant lies, and believing his own lies, and wanting everybody else to believe his lies as well. You know, he thinks he can lie so much. He's even lied to the Queen. You know, back in the day he would have had his head chopped off. No, he's been let to carry on and been given a wage for it as well, you know. All these hundreds of thousands of pounds that he earns, or whatever his wage is, on top of everything else. Oh God. Hey. The mind boggles. Anyway, I've ranted on. Like I said a few minutes ago, it's time to go. I'd just like to say thank you everybody for your likes and subscribes and shares and all your comments. Like I say, I will be replying to them probably when I get back from... Oh, there's a little vole. I don't know if you can see that little vole there. I don't know if you saw that. It's a little vole coming over to meet me. But yeah, thank you so much for your likes, subscribes and shares and comments. I will reply to them when I get back home, I think. I'm going metal detecting today, so I'll be busy and then knackered by the time I get home. So take care everybody, love you lots, and see you later.